What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into it. It's not even been 48 hours yet, and already it appears that this case is ended. Uh, Images all over the internet are starting to surface. TMZ continue to drop footage and updates. Cops continue to play the sideline, baiting and throwing stuff out there, even though they already understand what's going on. Apparently, we have another shooting person that has arisen. And now you put the pieces together and start to make sense a lot more. One thing I don't like that's being said about this before we get off into the clips and the pictures and the eyewitnesses. One thing I don't like that's going on is people saying that this is a setup. This was a setup from Rapper Lot them and Jay Prince them. I don't believe that at all. They not that stupid to be so tacky. Like, this is a tacky situation. This not a setup at all in no type of way whatsoever. It is a very tacky, sudden situation that happens all the time. The only difference is we're dealing with big mega rap stars. Other than that, this happens all the time. This is just a tacky situation that literally happens all the time, just like you seeing it now. Like, it can go from 0 to 100 just like that, just by tension or altercation. That's exactly what this is. Now, I know I see a lot of people attacking Jay Prince, the father, as a result of this. I think that's wrong and out of pocket. The old man wasn't there at all. But I know they want to give a lot of criticism and slack to him as a result of how his sons handle themselves, who was actually grown men. Remember, his sons are grown men. They're accountable for themselves and their own actions. I see a lot of people was offended how Jay Prince Jr. A lot of people was offended about how Jay Prince Jr. was saying walking past the body of Takeoff, who laid there lifeless. They said that it seemed like he had no remorse as he walked past. And I understand, coming from the streets, being involved in these type of situations, I understand why he did that. When you get word, because it's obvious he wasn't there when all that was going on neither. He's coming. He's coming after this is all. He's coming. So he was somewhere else, it appears, at the time when all this went down. So he's coming. As he's coming, he see Takeoff over there, but he trying to see what's going on within his people, because for the most part, Takeoff and Migos and them are guests in their city. The ones who live there in the city, who was in the circle as a boss, when you moving like a boss, that's what you're going to check out on. He already probably understood Takeoff situation. Ain't nothing I can do with that. I need to know what the hell going on in his team and things. My little brother's supposed to be around here in some type of way. However, so I understand as a boss how he may have been moving. You know what I'm saying? On that. But see, people look at it differently because they looking at Takeoff, the rap star. Like, that's Takeoff over there, you know. But he who used to being around rappers and things like that, and, you know, he looking at something entirely different. Like, hold the hell on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell just happened? He coming to check some stuff. And if you listen to what's going on, you hear him saying stuff like, ask me no mother effing question, things like he coming to check some things out to see what the hell just happened. On his watch, as some people may say. Even though, again, this had nothing to do with him neither. this was a tacky situation. And as we got to go into some of the clips and things like that, we gonna see this. The thing about covering stories like this, we have to be careful when we name dropping and when we putting things out there. You have to be careful because these things can cause people's lives to get murdered and killed. Can send people to prison forever. So you have to be very careful. That's why for the most part, when all this stuff be coming out, I try to do cleanup on some of this stuff because there's so much tacky stuff going on. It's too much tacky stuff going on. It's a lot of hate going on. Because I'm just saying how people covering it. It's a lot of hate. Oh, they should have did this. He should have did this. Should have had that like that. Should have did that. He should have did that. No, at times it don't work like this. These are adults and grown men. Might I keep reminding you? These are grown men. You can't babysit and hold people's hands. And at sometimes people don't even want you holding their hands. They grown men. Regardless, one thing we got to keep real. Regardless to anything, Migos them is visiting another state, another place. It don't matter if J Prince and them Jr. and Mob Ties and them is the ones you check in with. You still have an obligation to yourself to have your own security protection that moves with you no matter what. It don't matter if I'm going out of state to Houston and I'm going to meet up with J Prince and them and we gonna kick it. I still have to make sure I'm protected by my own people in case, what if I ever fall out with some of their people? Like what we just saw what happened. I at least want to make sure we okay. And so you are required to also make sure that you okay on your end by you. Now, again, with that being said, it seems like so many people looking to blame and point the finger. We need to put the blame where it lays. We need to put the blame where it lays. I truly don't believe this was a setup in no type of way. Even when you see Jazz Prince actually driving Migos and them around that night, leading up to the bowling alley thing where they on Fifth Ward riding around. If he wanted to set him up, he could have easily set him up any type of way. He the driver. He could easily be like, hey, I'm about to go over here, or I'm finna pull up over here. And so this is not a setup in no type of way at all. This was just a tacky situation. And anytime you get females around with these guys, and it's a lot of jacking taking place, these things happen and occur all the time as a result of that. So why people saying, oh, they were set up, or this, I don't believe that at all. I don't. And I believe the problem is when it do happen between certain guys, then it look bad for everybody. Because I know him, just like I know you. But even though this dude is a little nigga, but he's somebody I know. Even though Takeoff is known to the world, Migos known to the world, this little dude ain't known to nobody but us. What the hell are you doing, dude? And sometimes that happens. Usually I always have a hothead in the group, in the clique, in the team, showing out. A lot of people ain't mentally right in the head neither. A lot of people ain't mentally, psychologically right in the head neither. And sometimes that's not found out till it's too late. So let's just put the blame where it lays and stop throwing things out here, endangering the lives of others, bringing people to a point where they can risk being indicted. And if I'm the Prince family now, I'm very, very careful, especially at a time like this now. Y'all names is ringing a lot. people screaming all over the internet, mob ties, mob ties, mob ties. That name alone sets ground for RICO law. I would immediately drop that. I'm just keeping it 100. Especially at a time like this, it's too hot. The name too hot. That's just like starting a group, or you hustling under the name BMF. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The only way you keep a name like that is if you 100% legit and clean and ain't involved in nothing. Other than that, you cannot keep a name like that. That is grounds for a RICO law. Now, getting off into this. So, at first, this guy's face was going around all over the internet. Migo bands. And in this, they were basically saying how he definitely had a gun. He definitely had a gun. And they were saying that he may have accidentally shot Takeoff, who actually is what they saying now is his cousin. Because we do see on the video when he's shooting, we do see on the video when he's shooting, he actually starts out shooting, turn his head and running while shooting. He even slip and fall. But we see the reason why. What's starting to surface now all over the internet is this young guy right here. This young guy right here who's at the pool table at the time gambling with Quavo. And this is what witness had to say about him and his situation. I want to play something for y'all. This is what witness is saying about him and his situation. Listen closely to this. What they actually saying about this young guy.
I don't know who brought them niggas up there, because it really shouldn't have been nobody from Fifth Ward there, but they was in Fifth Ward like on Quavo's story and shit before they came, and I guess like them niggas had came because somebody knew them over there. I know photographers got more pictures in the room and they probably in one of them, but the photographer's probably not gonna drop them pictures because of everything going on. So really from the jump, they should have never had no little niggas like that there, because the way people are from Houston is like, we like to joke on people, like we like to try to get under people's skin. So them niggas there was trying to get under Quavo's skin, and like Quavo already wasn't like, you know, pulling up the most money at the table and all shit like that. So he was kind of feeling some type of way. Like you could tell he just, you know, he didn't feel like the big dog at the table type shit. But it's like that shit didn't really matter. Then we got outside and like the niggas really just kept on trying to play with him. Like they was really making jokes, and dude was basically saying like whoop de whoop, like I could take you, we could fight. And then they was talking about basketball and shit, but it was really just on some like petty shit, just trying to get like Quavo, you know, press type shit.
Okay. One of the witnesses speaking against this guy, speaking against this young guy right here. One of the witnesses is doing it, speaking against this young guy right here.
Horrible tragedy with the death of Takeoff.
So speaking against this young guy right here. Now, video clips are starting to surface. If you pay attention to the clip, this is the young guy over here to the left. And it appears to be he's holding a gun in his hand. That person in the white shirt is Takeoff. That person in the white shirt is Takeoff. As you play the video, as Takeoff is right there by him, the guy got the gun like, and he's eyeing Takeoff in the face. You hear a shot go off, and immediately Takeoff is basically on the ground, like immediately, for the most part. Then you hear shots going off, and you see right here to the right, little guy is now fleeing inside the doors after the shots go off. Notice it saying TMZ across these pictures. So TMZ got this everywhere now. TMZ have this everywhere. So TMZ and them has basically, well, one thing about it is we on the internet, so we don't get to talk to the police and feds, but they got all this already. Matter of fact, they got more than this. This is what just being released to us and what is basically clearly showing. But they got way more high-tech equipment, a lot of anonymous calls coming in. So they got a whole lot. So basically, this is the other shooter involved. So we do know these two guys had pistols. Migo Bands, which you see right here, and on the right where this arrow at, you see he have a gun too, raised up. And you see this guy, who are they saying? They saying he's a rapper lot artist. And in his hand, he have a gun. So we see both sides have a gun. But let me show you something else. If you pay attention to this, look at what's taking place right here. If you look at the right of what's taking place, really clear, like on the right of this picture, that's Takeoff in the middle with the white t-shirt on, right? You see where that orange by that right there? But the guy, you can't see his head, you see the shirt right there. That guy is Migo Bands. If you look up to the right in the corner right here, that head right there, that's this dude over here with the dreads. If you notice, Takeoff is in the middle of both of them. Both guys with the pistols, Takeoff is in the middle of. Takeoff is in the middle of. When you look at the video footage, what it's showing is that Migo Bands pulls out his gun after he sees the guy in the yellow already with his gun out. And then you hear this guy in the orange allegedly firing off the first shot, like pop. Then you see Migo Band stumbling back, drawing his gun, appearing to return fire. That first shot, they saying, is the shot that ended Takeoff's life. That's what they showing. That first shot is the shot that ended Takeoff's life. Because coroners say Takeoff was shot in the head. And if you look at how this picture is going and you see what's taking place, it's crazy because Takeoff never saw this even coming. He don't even see the guy. He looking straight forward ahead. He don't even see the guy on the side of him with the pistol. Literally, the guy is literally eyeing him from the side while raising the pistol up. Migo Band get a direct angle on him. You see the shot go off. Pop. Then you see the guy break to the door right here. And if you look down right here where that orange spot at, that's Quavo. Migo Bands is also back there while this guy is fleeing in the doors after he raised the pistol over here on the left and appeared to allegedly drop Takeoff right here. Yeah, situation is messy. Messy, messy, messy. Definitely wasn't no setup. It was just something that it was just tacky. Nothing about this says a setup. It's too open, too many people around. It's an argument going on. All eyewitnesses, phones is out. So there's definitely not no setup in no type of way. It's just what happens often in the streets. Argument breakout, lead to gunfire. Nigga stuff. That's all this is. And I know people looking to blame Jay Prince and them because, you know, they saying stuff, well, the Migos were down there kicking it with y'all, then people should know how to move. They should know, like, you don't argue with the guests. Let's keep in mind what they saying if these dudes are rappers too. So you got rappers and rappers. But that's another way I would never move. I would never move like that. If I'm the biggest rap dude in the game, I'm not even trying to kick it with other rappers like that unless you paying me for a feature. I'm going to do your feature and that's it. I'm not going to be around y'all. That's just me. I'm older. I'm a little older, so I know how the streets goes. A lot of these young guys don't really know how this stuff goes, so they caught up into the life. But coming from the streets and being older, and you know this game is about competition, and there's always somebody trying to knock you off to take your place. And when you the top group in the game, you can't make yourself so accessible to everybody. I don't care how cool they are. Something you just can't do. And that's why it's important to have professional security who's equipped in these situations to recognize and assess a situation going on and to neutralize it immediately out the gate. Immediately. Having y'all best interests, getting y'all to safety. And it's something to learn from this situation. So I understand the frustration on both ends, even though there was a terrible loss on Amigos' end. As far as the Rapper Life family, it's embarrassing. It's shameful because y'all have a reputation of protecting others. And when people come down there, it's a good time and love. But when you got young hotheads, radicals, looking to make a name for themselves, and then you figure, like I said, it's a lot of stuff go with this. No matter how much we explain things, we still wouldn't know certain things. It's easy for us to say how we would even react at times. And until you're in them situations, you really don't know. But I think it's wrong for people to go out of their way to make other people be at fault for the actions of someone else. And it seemed like this young man acted on his own. Jazz Prince and them is riding around with Migos. The man wasn't trying to set him up. He could have easily set them up if that's what he was trying to do. Nobody does a setup in the open like that. 40-some people around, camera phones everywhere, causing an argument. And no, that ain't how a setup go. That's some nigga stuff that just happened. And I just think it's out of pocket that people looking for a person to blame. Jay Prince Sr., then his sons now. Because then when you see Jay Prince, like I say, when they see Jay Prince Jr. walking by, they like, hold on, why he didn't stop at the body? Stop at the body? Nigga, I'm mad as hell. What the hell just happened here? That's out of your control. You can't stop. You're trying to see, hold on, where these niggas at? Who the hell? That's where he at. That's where his mind is at. He moving like a boss. Man, look. Okay, man, you gotta keep in mind. He's seeing he's seeing Takeoff as he coming up anyway. He's sitting like, damn, dog, strapped out, look like he done. But he ain't breaking stride. He trying to see what the hell going on. When you see them getting thrown, you're like, what the hell? Don't ask me no after question. What the? He trying to go to, hold on, where they at? Who? What the hell just happened? That's what he on. Because he know what's finna happen. Police finna be on the way. We finna look like we, man, this mess. Who did this? This is mess. Then my father finna get the blame. That's why he walking past. He ain't happy. He looking like what? He don't even want to be there. He don't even want to be there. But see, but people want to blame them for what this young guy did on his own, trying to show out, trying to get a reputation, trying to put this on his next song, rap song. Nah, nobody. I don't see nobody at fault but the one who did the crime. That's what I see. That's what I see. But it seems like everybody want to blame. So then, J Prince Sr., he goes to Instagram. People were waiting to hear from him, see what he had to say. He wasn't even there, but he does it anyway. He comes and this is what he puts up. He writes this on Instagram. This is what he says. Let me open this up for y'all. He says, the Prince family would like to send our condolences to the family and friends of a beautiful soul, Takeoff. To Houstonians and families around the world, this one break my heart because Takeoff was a brother, a son, a role model, and a God-loving human being. I believe that because the young guy on the picture, he looked like he probably about 19, 20 years old, some little young dude. Like they say, he's supposed to be a rapper on a label. So he ain't as big as the Migos now, but he's supposed to be some type of little on the way up, person of importance too, possibly. Who knows? He signed, so he probably was making some type of noise, whether locally or however. So he says he was a brother, a son, a role model, and a good, loving human being. And grief is the price of love. A bill people from across the globe are paying right now as we mourn this loss. And this is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people attacking this man on this because they thinking he just throwing this out here. Okay, he says some things in here I want to address, but you also have to understand where he's coming from. This is a father. He got 3 sons. They grown. They all doing their own thing. There's only so much you can do as a father, but you do not have control over your sons' lives, who they lay with, how they interact with other people, who their friends is, when they reach the age of accountability in which they grown. So, of course, as a person who's seasoned and experienced in life, you're not going to just jump out there and just throw things out there just because the internet wants him to. He's going to assess the situation as all type of information and things coming in, and he's steady learning more and more. He going to hear from his sons now. Then he going to hear from his own people. You know, like, what the hell just happened? Like, is you kidding me? I know what he's saying. Okay, here's another thing y'all got to understand too. When he putting this information out, this information he's putting out, Quavo and them know if it's true or not. They know if this valid or not. They know if it's true or not. Quavo and them know if it's true or not. And it's obvious Quavo and them, for the most part, felt comfortable around them like that, or they wouldn't even been down there. They wouldn't even been down there so relaxed and so comfortable. But things do happen sometimes. It do. And when you got a little young hothead, look, this little dude look like he's about 19 years old. 19 or 20. A lot of things you probably can't control. Nobody is above being touched, or you know what I'm saying? Things just happen at times. They didn't assassinated presidents with secret services around them. If you can be seen, you can be got. Simple as that. You have to react when something is happening. But let's listen to some more of this. He said, I've been knowing Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset for many years. I believe that. And there has been nothing but mutual love for one another. And that ain't going to ever change where we are concerned. This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have ever happened in our city. This shouldn't have been recorded. And this damn sure shouldn't have been circulating across social media for family, friends, and fans to see. I don't agree to that part. This should have been to the point to get to the bottom of things so that justice can be served for anybody who did something like this. So I don't agree when people say that part. But let's goes on further. He says, as I write this, I'm angry. I believe that about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race, which keeps bringing us back to the same tragic place of black on black killings. I believe that. That's real. They say Satan is the author of confusion. And right now, there are a lot of lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. I believe that. I believe that. The media can get out of pocket. They did that with the Young Dolph killing. Man, when Young Dolph got killed, everybody was to blame. Oh, Yo Gotti did it. Oh, Soldier Boy did it. Oh, what that lady Cookie plays in? Oh, her daughter did it. Oh, the father did it. Man, I'm talking about they just throwing people names under the bus, not even caring who you putting in danger in the line of fire. Just for views, just for subscribers, just to be like, well, I'm the first one to break the story. Well, I'm the first one to say this. Man, that's just not right to do, man. Get your facts together, you know? So a lot of times, like I said, when I be doing this stuff, I be liking to clean up a lot of the false narrative things that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Just like when the girls came out and they were telling they stories about it. They was saying they was eyewitnesses, but they stories was conflicting with the video footage. I'm like, wait, that's a lie. You know, the footage don't confirm what you saying out of your mouth. So I believe the video footage rather than what the person was saying out of her mouth. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people do that stuff, man. You have to be the first one to break stories. I'm seeing so many, man. Anyway, he said they say Satan is the author of confusion. Right now, there's a lot of lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. I consider myself a man that's quick to listen and slow to speak. Therefore, to whomever is responsible, look, whoever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known that you can't hide behind me, beside me, or anywhere near me because I don't tolerate dumb stuff. See, that's exactly what I mean by like how bosses move. Something just too tacky. That's how you know this wasn't a setup. That's how come you know this was just some nigga stuff. Showing out, argument escalating, and you want to be the one to say you dumped on a nigga. No. Come on, man. No. And this is exactly what he's saying. Like, whoever did this. Okay, let's go back again. He said this. I consider myself a man that quick to listen, slow to speak. Therefore, to whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew head, let it be known that you can't hide behind me, beside me, or anywhere near me, because I don't tolerate that. So he want to take actions on whoever may be responsible for this, if he know them or if he don't, if they in his city or not. He just letting it be known though, like, nah, I ain't standing for it. He said, I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for this death. Right, because I'm pretty sure they not gonna give him really the details of everything, especially when you know when you talking to the boss, the head man, you want to protect yourself to make it seem as though, no man, you know what I'm saying, they shot first and we was doing this, and you know that's what people gonna say to try to cover themselves, to downplay what's going on. But that's why I said I don't agree when he made the statement about it shouldn't have been recorded. Yes, it should, because that gives you a more honest story of what's being said to you. Now the video can speak for itself, and you really don't need nobody telling you. If you got the machinery, electronics, and you can slow it down, speed it up, you can see it all literally take place and know exactly what happened. Who was arguing, who released the first shot, because that's exactly what the video is showing when you slowing it down step by step in real slow speed. You see it all. Because I didn't even this went above all us at first. This right here, I didn't notice the dude was on the side of Takeoff with the pistol in his hand, raising it up, and Takeoff was walking by, and had no idea that was him also right there after the shots, breaking inside of the door. Breaking inside of the door. Now we see who Migo Bands was shooting at. Because right here shows Migo Bands on the right. They looking at each other. Migo Band peeping him with the pistol, raising it up. That's what make him come out of his and raise his up. And he appears in the yellow right here on the left. To hit Offset in the head. Takeoff in the head. Because if you look at where Migo Band's at and where Takeoff at, Migo Band get to going back. Takeoff got caught with a headshot from the back. We saw when they were lifting up his body, he got hit from the back. And all this is transpiring, that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. That's why this already wrapped up. This clear, this wrapped up. The only thing about it is how many people gonna go down with him for being so reckless? How many people he finna bring down with him for being so reckless? And that's why at a time like this, you can't cover this stuff up for people like this. When brothers like that reckless and doing that, oh, you gotta let that ship sink on its own. You have to let that ship sink on its own. Because you just put the whole team under fire. You just put the whole team under fire. Yeah, you got to swallow that by yourself, partner. That's a cowardly move. That man was unarmed. He wasn't dealing with nobody. He was just hit because of who he was. That's what that was. He was hit because of who he was. He was purposely hit. He was purposely hit in the head, okay? He got purposely popped in the head. Dropped on the spot at point blank range. Soon you hear the first shot, you don't see him no more. You don't see Takeoff no more. He already dropped. He already dropped. Immediately. He already dropped immediately. He got executed. You pay attention to this picture right here. Pay close attention to the picture right here on the left. This man is looking at him square in the face as he walking past, raising that pistol. Square in the face while he walking past, raising that pistol. Then you hear the shot go off. And then you see exactly what happens. You hear the shots go off, and you see this guy breaking into that door. Breaking into that doorway. Getting out of the line of fire, Amigo bands returning fire from just seeing him drop. Sad thing about it is everybody know that that's there. They all saw that play out like that. The way everybody went position, everybody know where it came from. They all know. Amigo bands looking this man straight in the face. Okay? Looking him straight in the face while he raising that pistol on Takeoff. That's what made him pull his pistol out and returning fire. That's why he was stumbling back while he was pulling pistol out. Because he was afraid dude already had his out. But when we saw the video was showing Migo Bands out first. Because of who was recording this, the angle it was at. The angle it was at. You only see all this. You only see all this when you slow down the camera and play it in perfect slow speed, like the FBI and them doing right now, like the police doing right now. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, people, man. Man, these people already started indictments on people, man. Leave that stuff alone and fly straight. Leave those streets alone and fly straight. When y'all making all that money like that, it's no excuse to be involved in any illegal activity at this moment. It's too much legal money out here for y'all to get to be. No, leave that trash alone. But it definitely wasn't no setup, man. I don't think they should blame people. And when you look at it, again, you see Jay Prince walk past the body right here, Jay Prince Jr., and he going inside of that. He going inside of that room to check whoever going on. He going in there to check them. Like, what the hell just happened? That's what he's going to do. He going in there to check. He's pissed off. He's mad as hell and he's pissed off. He's going in there checking whoever dropped the ball. That's what he's doing. He's going in there checking them. Because he already know they finna get the rep for it. There ain't nothing he could do about it. And the father sitting there, same thing with the father. He got to release this because they getting the blame for it when it was just a young rapping dude, allegedly, acting reckless, man. Acting reckless. Tell you, showing out over them girls, man. I'm telling you, it be them women every time, man. Every time. Jay Prince goes on to continue to say, he says, I consider myself a man that's quick to listen and slow to speak. Therefore, to whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, it will let it be known that you cannot hide behind me, beside me, or anywhere near me, because I don't tolerate that dumb stuff. So he checks his side. Then he said this, I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible, because he was aware that there was other shooters. It's common sense there was return fire. Who shot first? At that time, it was not made clear. Now it's made clear exactly what went on, what happened. He said, I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolish and has to be owned. Hold on. Let me get somewhere. Tragedy, and it has to be owned. I want to get to the rest of this. It has to be owned. Come on, man. I'm tripping, man. Computer just messed me up. I'm trying to get to the other half of this so that y'all can see the read the other half, because this is another part of the text message that I didn't agree with. It was only like 2 parts in the text message I didn't agree with. Dang, I did send that off. Why is that not showing up? I clearly sent that off. Hold on, let me see. I want to make sure I get y'all this other part. Okay, there you go. Like, why did it show up? Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, so here's the second one. So this is what it says. It's the rest of the text message right here. So it says, okay, let me open it up. Okay, so he said, I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolish and has to be owned by the fool. I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any man that close his eyes to shoot and doesn't have the proper skill of operating that gun is dangerous, and the results unusually end up with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot and killed. Okay, so at this time he was under the impression that when he made that statement, at that time he was going off what a lot of people were going off, that Migo Bands was the one who may have killed Takeoff as a result of it showing him raising the gun while he's firing. He's firing away. He's firing away, you know, because that other dude had that pistol and just dropped Takeoff. That's why he was doing it. He just saw, he right there while Takeoff get dropped. He going backwards like, and little dude flee inside the thing, taking cover from Migo Bands, returning fire on him. See, a lot of people thought when you listen to the tape, that was actually, a lot of people thought when you were watching the tape, when Quavo was walking off, that was actually somebody getting swung on. When in reality, that shot you heard, that pop you heard, be like, bah! That was actually Takeoff being dropped. And that's when Migo Bands got to going back. And they got to returning fire. Quavo, Takeoff is dropped instantly. That first hit was him instantly. Literally. That first hit was him instantly. As he walking past here, that first hit was him instantly. Like, literally. Yeah. So that's what he mean when he make that statement right there. Because a lot of people was under the impression, and that's what the internet was saying, he was hit by his own people. You know, but again, You know, they know now. It's a wrap. It's over with. It's done now. He said this. So he ends it and said this. So to the homies in Georgia and around the world, they got love for Takeoff. Like we do know this. Let's change the narrative in our culture by putting an end to every argument or disagreement resulting in violence. It's okay to live and let live to see another day. Rest in peace, Takeoff. That's true, but the thing about it, people got to start doing something about it. They need the big heads to start speaking out. You need the Jay-Z's and the Puffies and the T.I.'s them and the J. Prince's them, and you need them brothers to come together, speak out. They don't do no type of self-destruction songs no more. They don't do no type of none of them things. Remember how they had like the self-destruction when all the East Coast people came together to stop the violence, you know what I'm saying? You know, that type of stuff. They don't do that no more. They need that KRF-One. 1, 2, 3, the crew is called BDP. And if you want to go to the tip top, stop the violence in hip hop. Why? See, they need some of that. You know, and they need to speak out against, I'm telling you, they need to start speaking. When brothers coming out with this song, dissing each other, they need to immediately boycott it and shut it down. They need to set an example to the record companies that we're not going to tolerate this. Because while y'all getting y'all pockets lined up, we burying our brothers and our sisters as a result of this trash. We not doing that. Y'all coming out with diss songs, dissing each other and all that. Guess what? We're not playing it. We're not supporting it. We're not blogging on it. We're not doing none of that stuff that's going to give y'all light, like this is the way to go. No, get back to writing songs. Get back to making good music. It's a damn shame that a jam now is a diss song. What happened to the jams? Y'all don't make jams no more? Why I gotta hear a drill song? How a drill song making a billboard? Like, come on. Where the jams at? Get back to the jams. Come on, man. Where the jams at? They don't do that no more, man. These people can't make a jam. Anyway, yeah, man. I just want to clear up some of the lies, man. That wasn't the setup. That was just some nigga stuff. It went bad situation, and it happens all the time in the streets, man. Sad that it ended up that way, but this definitely in no type of way was a setup. And I know a lot of people mad in their feelings. They want answers. They want payback. They want revenge. So you're looking for somebody to blame. I don't believe that the Prince family was responsible for these actions in no type of way. You shooting dice, you got girls, you know, you calling it, we got a night out. We got girls, we got weed, they popping pills, they shooting dice, everybody jacking, and jacking lead to another stuff. Women around, that's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. These guys this wasn't a setup at all. So I don't know why people around the internet saying that. Like, I'm really finna set this man up throwing a private party in my name on my birthday, riding around in the car with them. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Come on. Really, trust me. If I wanted to set somebody up, I would have did it better than this. Then you got two. I know they got guns. We got guns. Come on now. Really. I'm not putting myself in a line of fire. I can set them up way better than this if that was the case. That's how you know that this wasn't the case. It was just some young dude, reckless, you know, probably figured, hey, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna look. It is what it is, man. But I know this case is over, and I believe on each. Listen, this case is over. And if I'm rapper like them, I'm just keeping it real. If I'm rapper like them, or If I'm mob tied them, first of all, I'm dropping that name. This name is done. This name is done. Everybody fly straight. Fly straight, because this thing brought too much attention, even more. If the feds wasn't watching us then, they damn sure watching us now. Okay? Like, make no mistake about that. You better, matter of fact, they just, DJ Academic just released something talking about 6ix9ine was being questioned by the feds about them. He just dropped that on his channel. Like, 6ix9ine was telling them that when he got popped off, the feds was asking him questions about Jay Prince now. What do he know about them? So you know what I'm saying? So that go to show you, like, man, make no mistake about it. Y'all on the radar. I don't want to see no brother go down. But when you're doing wrong, that's God's justice, man. You ain't gonna get away with that. You ain't gonna get away with that for the rest of your life. You got to answer to those things. If you don't repent of your sins and believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, you can bet. The Bible says every man's sin will find him and return. Come to your house. So you brothers and sisters better get it together. Learn from these situations. Learn from them. That being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. Make my judgment lesson question is yours. Put the blame where it lays. Stop blaming people, man. Get the facts out there. Get the facts out there. It's tacky, it's messy, and it's sad that we continue to lose our brothers and sisters over stupidity. And I know this ain't gonna be the last. It won't be long for another rapper or so making the news. It is what it is, man. Y'all be safe out there.